everybody, Susie Q here, and welcome to MiniaQues. Today I'm going to try my hand at Resincrete. I have tried it several times and it's been not successful. So I am going to try it again.
So come along with me, Susie Q.
I wanted to try Resincrete because I wanted to try something a little more eco-friendly to see how it was. Resincrete is non-toxic, scent-free. So I wanted to give it a shot to see if I could use it in comparison to some of the epoxies I've been using, or at least maybe for some of the items that I do. So when you measure this out, you measure by weight, not by volume. So I had to pull out my my scale I use for shipping. And I'm going to color the water with the dye, with the Resincrete dye. And I'm going to try to replicate the color of my hands. So I think I'm going to need like a peachy, orangey. But I'm going to go through all these colors and see what ones. Definitely it's going to be the orange and maybe some yellow. But what I'm going to do is the water, and then I'm going to mix the water in slow. The ratio is a 10:3 ratio by weight, and that's powder to water. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of the brown in, add a little bit of yellow, and I'm gonna have to go by what it looks like wet versus dry, because I'm not gonna wait for it to dry to see if it's the right color. So I'm gonna be close enough, I think. And once I can find the right color that I'm looking for, I'm gonna pour it slowly into the mixture and stir as I go. Getting the right color. Yeah, and I'm just going to keep mixing and mixing and mixing. Now I have an 8 to 10 minute mixing time. Oh, this looks good. I think this will be about right. I'll make sure I get all the sides and the bottom. And I have 2 hand molds. The one on my right is the 2 hands opened like it's holding something, and the one on the left is almost like a loose fist. I thought that my bookmarks on my craft table would go great in this. And when I go to the craft fair, I had to make sure I had it right side up. I have poured into the molds the wrong way before. This is so smooth, man. This is like heavy cream. So I'm going to squeeze it around, give it a jiggle, give it a tap. I'm looking through to see if I could see any bubbles. Now, when I was reading the directions, it said bubble free, but I think they all say bubble free. I don't think I made enough for both molds, which is I didn't even make enough for one mold. So I don't know how to really gauge how much powder makes how much liquid. Or does the liquid that I have is what makes up the powder? Or it can't, because that's a lot of volume of powder to get mixed into. So I still haven't figured out trial and error. I'm gonna keep making some more. Now the problem is I use 2 different colors to make the tint that I got. So the chances of the second one being the same are slim to none. But I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna dump some of my hand back in this mixture to see if I can even out the color. This may be a mistake because of the working time, and it's coming out a lot thicker than it went in, but I gotta try because I don't want it to be ruined. I could have sworn I was mixing up more than I would need for 2 molds. But I was wrong. So I'm gonna get this mixed in. And then I'm keeping in mind, this is gonna be for me on my display table at the craft fair, more so than selling it. So I'm keeping that in mind as well. But if they work out well, I would be able to sell them. But right now I'm just trying to be successful with Resincrete. So I got it poured in. Of course I have a little bit left over. So I'm going to try to fill up some of these little jewelry things I have. All right, now let me start again for my second pair of hands. And this is what worked the first time when I weighed it. There's 3 of these cups. And then I had the water, I'll just mix the water in. 4 of these cups. And I'll pour the water in. Hopefully this is enough for that set of hands. All right, let me add some more brown and get it mixed in. I'm going to mix it in the sides, the walls. Forgot my yellow. I got to add the yellow, get it the right tint. I sure hope I have enough. I don't want to have to add more. Gonna have to make up another batch. I guess it's not so bad having to make up a batch in the middle. I mean, it's a quick drying. My only problem is that getting the right color. Pouring back the other one wasn't a great idea because there were very different consistencies. But I was way off. Make up another batch. I really have to learn to figure out how many grams of powder will fill up how many ounces of liquid. Or do I figure out how much water I need to fill up these hands and forget how much grams of powder, just go by the liquid? I'm not sure. If you guys know, let me know in the comments, because this is very frustrating. And it's the wrong color. I can see as I pour it in, the bottom of this is going to be another color. I'm just going to have to let it be. I did stir it very well, so as I'm scraping, there was no powder anywhere. So that was good. So basically, for the next 30 minutes, I spent the time cleaning up my mess. And boy, was I messy. Wow, that hand is hot. The hand is hot. But these smaller ones seem to have been hot and cooled off already. But I'm not sure about demolding them. They look so frail. I don't know if there's a special trick I should use to demold the small ones. Okay, that wasn't it because it just cut off the end. So let me wait some more time. So when I demold my little charms and pendants, I always demold it at the end of where the hole is, the silicone that makes the hold, because that seems to be the hardest part. So I don't know why I forgot that, but so I'm doing that with all these, but they're discolored. They're two-toned. The stuff that rose to the top is a darker color, and I don't know if that's indicative because I used too much water, if I didn't stir well enough. Is it because I mixed well, I didn't mix 2 batches for these. So I don't know, but they look horrible. They're 2 different colors. But I'm going to try to see if I can sand them down a little bit if that changes. So yeah, wiping them off and sanding them takes that top layer off. Just tells me it didn't dry yet. Maybe they're just not cured. The hand is still hot. So let's see here. I don't know how hard the bigger hand is going to be to mold, but I'm going to start with, it's not hot anymore. That's good. And this is going to be tough because this silicone is not super soft. I might have to use my body as leverage to peel it back. Yeah, I'm going to have to use my body. I might have to go out of camera shot here. Well, this is a tough one. Man, oh man. But I do like this mold. It's almost like a hand that's holding a bouquet of flowers. So it would look really nice if I had a bouquet of flowers with this hand. And what a great way to display that. I have to see if Resincrete can be waterproofed. Otherwise the flower thing would be, you know, I'd have to line it with plastic or get a plastic insert. Oh man, this is hard. Ooh, it feels so smooth. Doesn't feel like concrete, and it definitely does not feel like resin. It's really dense and heavy. Let's not try my air fern in there. I think a bouquet of flowers and my bookmarks will be the best bet. The knuckles look great. The fingers look great. The bottom's discolored a bit. Oh no, the top seems to be getting discolored as it's drying. Oh, the creases. I love this mold. I'm going to have to wait and see how it plays out as it dries or cures. And I'm going to see if the other hand is hot. No, it's not hot anymore, but speeding through this because I'm pretty sure it's going to be just as hard to demold. Oh, look at how great they look. I think they came out really nice. Now there is a little discoloration right in the center of the palm. And I think I could fix that with, well, not fix it, but for the next time. Oh, bottom is all discolored. By making sure I have enough with the first batch. But these hands are so adorable. I'm going to put my business cards in one, or I could put one of the lotus flowers in one. It's just such a great display bowl. Maybe I will make some and sell them. But I don't think I'm going to use the Resincrete. I'm going to try my hand, at this hand mold with resin, epoxy resin. I'm going to seal this with wax. This is the wax that I have. I couldn't find what to use or what's good or what's not good, so this is just what I'm using. And hopefully it will seal it, but I don't know if it'll waterproof it. That's why I want to try this with epoxies, because I know once it's cured I can put water in it. Oh yeah, it'll hold tools, and I think I'm going to keep it for my bookmarks, that's for sure, because I'll be able to spread them out in a big, like, I'll be able to put them in here and display them pretty nicely. Yeah, I think aside from the discoloration on the top that floated to the top, I think these were a success. Thanks guys, see you next time.
Hey, everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey, everybody, it's Susie Q. Nah, hey, everybody, it's Susie Q. So come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.